Very good evening, friends. This side, Rahul Magan here is a Group Chief Executive Officer, Treasury Consulting, and also a venture capitalist. As we speak on 4th October 2020, I would like to present my opinion about the portfolio allocation. But before I speak, let me remind you that like any other YouTube videos, our YouTube videos are also having a dialog box. That dialog box is very well available on the next to the YouTube video along with a paragraph. Now, just next to that paragraph, there is a link, and if you click that link, you would reach to the free groups by Treasury Consulting, which covers LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, WhatsApp, Instagram, and of course, many such things, to be honest. And we would also like to praise you that standing today, which is 4th October, we launched our new YouTube channel, which is Impetus X. Being a new YouTube channel, you will not get on the YouTube. This YouTube channel is all about the motivation. So if you think that you need the link of that channel, you can WhatsApp us 9818485155. Alongside, we are now available on the Takatak also, and you can also have the app link of our own Android app. Apple app is coming soon. Today I am going to be shooting a video which is about the portfolio allocation. And guys, I think that portfolio allocation is relatively very important in nature. Number one is definitely the virus. Before I speak, let me tell you the issues. As we speak, the world is having around 34 million cases across the globe. And today I was reading in a news which states that, approximately, in fact, not news come Bloomberg, every day around 250 to 300k people are getting added, and this winters, which is coming in US, Europe and India, it's going to be literally severe in nature. God forbid what would happen. Second issue is definitely US elections, and unfortunately US elections are now getting little tricky because of Donald Trump issue. As we speak on 4th October and the US election is on 3rd November, which precisely means that 30 days to go. And in this 30 days, we wish all the best to Trump, but at least Trump needs 2.5 weeks to completely recover before he starts the election rally. Till what extent the Vice President Pence would be able to cover this, we really do not know, but Trump is the main face. So that is. Would US election postpone or not? We really do not know. Only the US lawmakers know, but whatever I read in the media is that postponing of the US election is really very tricky. Third issue, which is definitely before us, is the job losses. Job losses versus central banks QE, quantitative easing. Central banks are doing a huge amount of quantitative easing, there is no doubt about that. But unfortunately, this quantitative easing would be of no use provided the fact that if job losses would continue. Of course, we would have another video on the job losses very soon, but in this last week as well, many big corporates announced thousands of job cuts, guys, thousands of job cuts, and unfortunately this is going unrelented. Fourth and very important issue is where international media is focusing, and we too, is the Brexit. Boris Johnson is now having Hobson choice. In English, the meaning of the Hobson choice means you left with no option. You have to accept it. Example, you can say that it's just like if Boris Johnson would accept Brexit, then UK is gone. If we do not accept Brexit, then UK is gone. And fifth and very important is the recovery. And this is a very, very big issue, because different economies of the globe are having different version on recovery. I have my own version, and I'm not saying that my version is the only version. Some are saying V recovery, some are saying K recovery, some are saying C recovery. Everyone is having all alphabets about recovery, and only God knows how exactly recovery would shake up. But one thing which is certainly there is that recovery is definitely not easy in nature. That is for sure. I'm not saying that there are not many issues, but there are a hell lot of issues. But to me, these are the most important issues that we need to handle. But having said that, we also need to understand that as we progress, multiple issues are on the cards, and Brexit is a very, very tough issue. I think how a portfolio can be constructed is really tough, but I think that by December, basically, if somebody asks me, how would you construct a portfolio considering December 2020 as a valuation date? Then I'm saying that 15% of the corpus I would be basically investing in penny stocks. And when I'm saying penny stocks, I'm definitely not saying the fraudulent penny stocks which are hyped by the operators. When I'm using the word penny stock, I'm saying that these all are well researched penny stock. Basically, you did a lot of research, and after doing research, you get to know that here you can do some action. Because I'm always of the opinion that there are two kinds of penny stock. In fact, we just made a detailed video. One is definitely the hyped penny stock, and another is non-hyped penny stock. I think 25% of the corpus we should be investing in mid caps plus large caps. And out of this 25%, 80% of that should be invested in non-dividend yield. And around 20% should be invested in dividend yield. While anyone can come to me and say that there are almost every stock give the dividend. I agree, every stock give the dividend. But there are many stocks which we have in Indian market, those who are better in dividends than other. And there are many stocks which we have in Indian market, those who are historically giving very good dividends. And I think we should consider them. If I move further, I say that 25% should be invested in the large caps, whereby 50% of that 25% should be thematic. And that thematic, I believe that out of this 50%, 25% should be, out of this 50%, 25, you can say 50% should be in pharma, and balance 50% should be IT and defense. The rest 50% should be banks. As we speak, Nifty Bank is really stressed. I think that few stocks of Nifty Bank are almost near to intrinsic value, but as usual, there are many those who are away from intrinsic value. So there are many where we can take this call, and I think as they are closer to intrinsic value, we can take position in that. Moving ahead. %15 of the stock should be in small caps. As we understand that we now have a different disclosure, and that disclosure is pushing the mutual funds to invest equivalent part in the small caps. I think 15% to the small caps is very good, and there are many small caps which we can take. Rest 10% should be in mutual funds, and balance 10% you can consider as intraday. This is what I believe, that this is how one should make the portfolio. I strongly believe that this should be the rightest way of creating portfolio in India, at least in 2020, whereby I'd like to make myself clear again that December 2020 should be the valuation date. And after December 2020, we will revisit that how exactly it happened, and whether we need to change our strategy or not. More important thing, we need to understand these things. More important thing to understand is if we're going to be taking small caps, we're going to be taking the mid caps, or we're going to be taking the large caps. Understand that dividends is something which is very important, and more important thing to understand the intrinsic value. Whatever stock you take, remember that it has to be closer to intrinsic value. If it is not closer to intrinsic value, then I'm very sorry, because if it is not closer to intrinsic value, then you are losing the chance. That's more important. This is what our outlook about how the portfolio can be constructed. In case you have any question, you definitely know our WhatsApp number, which is, let me write here the WhatsApp number, 9818485155. You have any information about our fixed income platform, about our apps, on anything, you can definitely contact us, but we feel that it is a very, very conducive time to move forward. But of course, difficult time, we need to work really hard for that. Have a good time. Talk soon.